Hello grade 6 students, how are you doing today? Hope all of you are doing great. Some materials needed as usual is the student book, activity book and highlighter. Before we start, please check your answers in the activity book, page 89. So today's lesson is lesson 6, Citizenship. So please open your student book, page 158. Objectives. In this lesson, we will describe roles and responsibilities. We will explain how citizens participate in politics in different countries. We will compare the roles of citizens in different societies. We will explain the importance of voluntary civic participation in Islamic societies. We will understand rights and responsibilities in Islamic societies. Laws are based on moral values. In each country, citizens must follow the country's laws. What's the meaning of laws? A rule established to help a community to function properly. These laws are based on moral values. Moral values are the standards of right or wrong which govern the individual's behaviors and choices. So again, moral values are the standard of right or wrong which govern the individual's behaviors and choices. Let's see some examples here. Someone has taken my phone without asking and just hitting the phone, and she said it wasn't me. Here are some other examples. Human rights are things we should be able to have and enjoy, which no one can take away from us. Example, all people have the right to live freely without fear or violence. The Universal Declaration of Children's Rights. All children have the right to a name, enough to eat, and a place to live. All children should be looked after when they are sick and have a right to grow up with love, affection, and security. Disabled children have a right to special treatment and education. All children have a right to free education and should be protected from neglect, cruelty, and exploitation. Cruelty means tough, and exploitation means to be selfish, not to be selfish with them. All children should not be made to work before a certain age and should be protected from discrimination. Discrimination means to treat someone better than other one. All children should never have to fear arrest and detention and should be brought up to understand that their energy and their talents should be devoted to the service of their brothers and sisters. So again, all children should never have to fear arrest and detention and should be brought up to understand that their energy and their talents should be devoted to the service of their brothers and sisters. Detention means like to go to the prison and sit for a long period of time. Rights and responsibilities. In the democratic system, the most important values are equality and justice. All citizens have equal rights, including the right to vote, the right to freedom of speech, the right to education. Rights are usually balanced by responsibilities. A responsibility is a duty, something you need to do properly or uphold. Here are some examples of rights that are balanced by responsibility. The right to live and move about freely. The right to speak freely and express your opinion. The right to follow your own beliefs. The right to hold your own political views and vote. Responsibility to respect the rights of others, to uphold the laws of the society, to refrain from hate speech, to respect the views and opinion of others, respect the beliefs of others, to register as a voter when you are eligible, and to vote in elections. So these are your rights, and in the responsibility, what do you have to do? The word refrain here means like do not do this, to stop doing hate speech. Okay? Participating in the public life. Many people work for the government. Some careers in government include politicians, civil servants, and administrators. However, in some modern government systems, which are republic and monarchy, republic means like you are going to vote, but monarchy like they are going to heritate the governing. Ordinary people can also take a part in the country's political process. Different political parties. In a democratic country, many political parties compete to get people to vote for them. Compete means they are challenging. The biggest party that competes with the ruling government is known as the opposition party. If the opposition gets into power, it's no longer called opposition. It's called the ruling party. Voting. Voting in the main way the most ordinary citizens in a country participate in the political process. In most modern countries, all people over the age of 18 can vote, no matter what their beliefs, background, or race. Race here means in which family. People must register in order to vote. When ordinary people have strong political views, they may join a political party and become active members. Members pay money to help the party do its work. They may also help by going to tell other people about their party and trying to increase support for the party. Voter registration allows officials to keep track of how many people are voting and makes sure that everyone votes only once in an election. There are different types of election. The first one is the presidential election, which means the country selects a new president from the existing ruling party. The second type is the general election, means voting for all the members of the party or cabinet. The third one is the primary election, which is an election in which voters select the candidates for coming election. The fourth one, by-election or special election, which is an election to fill a particular vacancy in the government, for example, when a particular leader dies or resigns. The last one is a referendum. When the government wants people to make a decision on a particular issue, they may hold a referendum in which voters can answer yes or no to a specific question. Voluntary work. In any community, there are some people who work to help others. Someone works without paid is known as a volunteer. Volunteers are especially important in areas suffering from conflict, such as war or political unrest, or from natural disasters, such as floods and earthquakes. Volunteers may do such as distributing meals to the needy, teaching children in war-torn areas, providing assistance to refugees. Many people work as volunteers on an ongoing basis. Volunteer work is especially important to women in the Middle East. Many women choose not work in paying jobs, but instead to work to help the community. Why do people volunteer? There are different reasons that people choose to volunteer. To be a good Muslim, the Quran teaches us to perform sadaqah, generous acts that help others. Volunteer work is a way of performing sadaqah. Second, meeting people. Volunteer work can be an important way to meet other people in the community. Third reason, gaining work experience. If you do not have any work experience, working as a volunteer can help to provide work experience. The fourth reason is feeling good. Many studies have shown that people who help others experience a feeling of happiness and well-being from their good acts. This is our lesson today. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.